Hi, I'm Caroline Bolton and you are watching FreakShow. Okay, here is my interview. I've got my questions here. So, question number one. I'm here on my balcony, by the way. This is my very nice balcony. I hope you like it. So, you are starring in the new Hungarian horror movie, The Basement. Yes, I am. How did you get attached to this project? That's a good question. So, I first contacted the director and I understood he was casting for a new horror film and I'd heard that he was pretty good. So, I contacted him and pestered him and sent him my CV and said that he should give me the part. And he did, so it worked quite well. It was quite to my favour then. How was the shooting of the movie? Can I share some interesting or funny stories? The shooting was really tough, actually. It was a really hard shoot. We filmed the whole thing in 3 weeks. And as you know, the film is called The Basement and it's set in a basement. And we filmed the whole thing in one location, which was really good, of course, for logistics. It made it nice and easy. But of course, it was a basement, a real basement. It was not a studio. And it was freezing cold. And then sometimes it was boiling hot. And it was so dirty, like it was full of filth and dirt and just spiders like everywhere and cobwebs and just God knows what was down there. So it was actually a really tough shoot and we filmed it in a really short space of time. It's not normal to film a feature film in 3 weeks, but we did, and we didn't do, I don't think we did less than 16 hours each day. So we were all pretty exhausted. All the cast and crew were just like crazy exhausted. And there was one day, I think it was the last day, where I was awake for 32 hours and you just start going crazy. You start just losing your mind slowly. So it was quite method acting, really, because we were losing our mind in the basement, of course, because we were trapped in, and we were physically losing our mind from being so exhausted. So, but it worked quite well because I look exhausted in the film, and I was exhausted in the film because we filmed so much. So it worked to our advantage really quite well, I think. Interesting or funny stories, there's so many, oh my god, there's so many. I mean, the crew were amazing, the cast were amazing, like I made so many good friends working on The Basement, and everyone was just so great, but we all just bonded, I think, over a mutual exhaustion, but we were also dedicated to the film. Like, all of us really believed that the film was good, and it is a brilliant film, but we all just knew we had to kind of just knuckle down and get on with it and get on with the filming and not complain too much. So we didn't complain too much, not too much. I did complain when my coffee was cold, but I always complain about that. Okay, so your character in the movie believes in the paranormal. Do you also believe in ghosts? Yes. Oh my gosh, yes, I do, definitely. I definitely believe in ghosts. Especially when I'm on my own. I hear really strange noises in my apartment and I think, oh, what's that? Definitely I believe in ghosts. And yeah, absolutely. And I'm always freaking myself out thinking that there's a ghost in my room or something. So absolutely, definitely believe in ghosts, definitely. I've watched too many horror films, that's probably why. My newest work will be the upcoming AMC series called The Terror. Yes, it is. Can you tell us something about the show and your part in it? I play Lady Anne in The Terror. The Terror is based on a book, and it's a really, really well-known book. It's a really famous book, and it's based on an expedition to the North Pole in a ship. This is set in the 18th century, in this huge ship, and they get stuck in the ice. It's like back in the day, back in the history days, and they get stuck in the ice and they can't move, and they've got supplies on the boat for about a year, so they can survive stuck in this ice, but then that's it, that's all they can do. They know that their time is limited, so they frequently try to leave the boat to try to make expeditions out to try and save themselves, but every time a party goes out, they come back half dead, killed. Half of them are like, they bring back bodies, and they start to realise that something's killing them, something's haunting them, and it's the terror. So it's like, it's really creepy. Slowly they die, and slowly they start to go mad because they're confined to this boat with a lack of food. And I play the wife of Lady Anne, so I play the wife of one of the main rescuers who goes to rescue them. But it's such a good TV show. It's going to be really good, and it was really good fun to film that. We filmed that at the Opera House, where a lot of the scenes were at the Opera House in Budapest, which is beautiful. So that was a lot of fun. Yes, it was. So that is coming out this year. So you must tune in and watch. Yes, you must. Okay, next question. If I'm not mistaken, you live in Hungary. That is true. I'm sure you've picked up a lot of the language. So can you show us your Hungarian skills? I would love to say that I speak fluent Hungarian. Igen. I really don't. I'm really trying so hard. So my Hungarian consists of pretending that I know what's going on, along the lines of this. Are you ready for this? Biztos. Passa, passa. Igen, igen, igen. Igen. Is that convincing? So I seem like I know what's going on, but I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. My other wonderful catchphrase is this one. Finom Getzi. Which I learned whilst filming The Basement. The crew taught me Finom Getzi, which is disgusting. And I also know this brilliant phrase. Are you ready for this one? Teet mondtam tesserencsitlen. Which I learned because I had to film a commercial in Budapest, and I had this one line, which was that, and I couldn't pronounce it, but that's what I had to say. Okay, good. That's as much Hungarian, and I can swear in Hungarian. That's good, isn't it? Okay, what am I most scared of? Do you know what I'm most scared of? Is honestly, I'm scared of dying, and it's a really basic fear. But I am really scared of dying. But I've noticed the trend recently in almost every single film that I do, in that I am always dying. Someone is always trying to kill me, and I don't know why. I'm about to do a play here in Budapest, and it's exactly the same thing. I realised halfway through the first read-through, we're doing a read-through, and I realised that I die in this play as well. Like, I die in every single film that I do. Someone is always trying to kill me. I don't know if it's because I've got pale skin and blood looks good on pale skin, or people just don't like me. I think directors just don't like me, I'm not sure why, but everyone tries to kill me, so I'm afraid of dying, and yet I always seem to die. Okay, what is my favourite scary movie beside The Basement? Obviously, The Basement is the best film in the world, and you have to go and see it. It's in cinemas now, so do go watch it. But my favourite horror film is Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is just like the best horror film, because it's so relentless in its constant stress. Like, you're stressed the whole way through, and she only escaped at the end with like an inch of her life. You know, like, she just manages to get into that back of that van. And that's it, I think. So I'm Caroline Bourne, and you are watching FreakShow. Thank you for watching.